This is Nan McKay, and I would like to welcome you today to introduce Frieda Lin. Frieda is a health and beauty consultant, and she specializes in microbiome-friendly skincare. She's worked in both nutrition and skincare for over 25 years, so she knows what she's doing. And she loves anything related to health and wellness, and her teaching combines health and beauty. So welcome, Frieda.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Naeem. I'm so honored and so appreciative that you invite me to your podcast there.
Well, we are glad to have you and hear all about what you do. So can you tell us, way back, to think about the moment that you decided to become a health and beauty consultant specializing in this microbiome-friendly skincare?
Yes. Yeah, it was like when I turned 40, a lot of times when you turn 40, you kind of look in the mirror, you say, oh, okay. We all wanted to be healthy, but we also wanted to preserve our beauty. And I'm always loved health and wellness. And being a dietitian, I was working in a hospital. So I do know what to eat and started getting back to some exercise, different things, but I don't know how to take care of my skin. And so it's a long story, but a lot of times when you search online, you're trying to find information, the more you look, the more confused you become. So I actually become a skincare consultant. And basically the reason is I wanted to know how to take care of my skin, not really doing a business. Okay. But then 2 or 3 years later, I guess I love it. And sometimes you do certain things you don't know. I love meeting people. I really, and I was doing a lot of teachers appreciation, nurses appreciation, like spa escape, and really had a great time and really kind of build my business. So after working in a hospital for 27 years, I decided to walk away from my corporate job and doing the skincare. Now it was a company that was featured as one of the top 500 companies in United States at that time, I love what the company doing. They have a lot of education. I do. My approach to my clients always it's more is not better, and I just trying to find things for them to do. But how I end up with this is because that company was closed, and I joined a company 5 years ago because 20-some years ago there's no such thing as a microbiome, because microbiome is an ecosystem that exists in our body. As a matter of fact, 57% of our body is bacterial, 43% is human cell. They have 150 times more DNA than human cell DNA. They really are in charge. But we did not know, it was not recognized by scientific world until late 1990. So it's a really very new emerging trend now. So I actually was very lucky. A lot of times they say something when the door closed, another door opened, because at that time, a business I built for 20-some years abruptly closed it. But then it allowed me to have an opportunity to join this company, which is Microbiome-friendly skincare. And that was 5 years ago. And people really don't know much about it, including me. But when I started to study, I just become very excited because, I love health. And now this approach is really combining beauty and health together. So yes.
And it sounds like you have a real passion for it. So how does your passion for health and wellness influence how you approach skincare and beauty?
So, I am a firm believer that we have a control of our health. I never really, some people say, oh, this is the way I am, not much I can do. No, you have a control of that. And the very important thing is open your mind, receiving new information and take actions, right? So I really wanted to do a lot of things that is good for my health And I also just cannot help to wanted to give people my advice about health. I mean, you probably run into some of those people. I do know I need to kind of watch myself. I remember when I was a dietitian, I did not realize when people sitting next to me, they always feel like I'm looking at their plate, right? Okay, but anyway, so that's why I just feel so blessed and so passionate about what I'm going to help people, because that whole microbiome health is going to be the platform when we talk about health and wellness. You know, there are up to 100 diseases are being studied because they do know the makeup of the microbiome, the health of the microbiome really affect our overall health, because all the diseases are chronic inflammation. And just for example, for our gut, the reason when the irritable bowel syndrome or whatever happened is because the microbes in the gut is out of balance and that inflammation occur. And so the key thing is really to maintain the health of that. And of course, they do find different makeup of the microbes in different disease status there, but we're not there yet. For example, they have someone identify a microbes in your gut that they are more efficient on storing fat. So scientists can look to people there, and they don't have to look at their body, but they can look to see what kind of bacteria they have and know who has more tendency to be overweight. So it's very fascinating. It's very complex. It's involving eating, involving lifestyle, involving the medication that sometimes overdoing it, but also involving what are things you put on your skin. So I love all of that, but I'm also very happy that I actually use this to bring people awareness of that, because it's not just that little part, it's really whole thing. But people come to me because they know about microbiome. Like people in holistic medicine usually are excited when they hear it's a microbiome friendly, because they know microbiome is important. So that's one part. But the other part is people wanted to have beautiful, healthy skin. They come to me, and not only I help them, but I also help them to really take actions to improve their health. And that's why I'm very excited. I feel like my contribution is not just the skin. I hope I can change their thinking, their thought, their approach to their life healthy and well.
So making that connection between the healthy gut and the microbiomes and their skin, the key components of your Beautiful Skin for Life program then contributes, I assume, to their overall health and well-being. Is that right?
Yes. So it's like you know, I've been in skincare for so long, and I have made so many friends. You know, it's like it's just so nice, because when you your client, I mean, it's not just about the business. You also talk to them about their life and different things, and I really treasure that. So I actually have a Facebook group, and I also started my company with the Beautiful Skin for Life. So my principle, my philosophy or whatever is, you don't just stop here. You need to continue to improve. And being microbiome-friendly skincare is such a new science. They are going to be continually have more information there. So I wanted to be someone also bring their update. No, let's start it from the beginning. The Beautiful Skin for Life program, beginning is education. People is not going to do things because you told them to. People is going to do things because they know why. So I usually, people ask me, I always say, come to my workshop, because I don't want to send in the website, right? Ordering something, not knowing why is meaningless. So start with the education, and then I'm happy. I'm also very lucky. I do have a tool I can share with them for them if they decided they can utilize the tool and started to work on healthy, beautiful skin. But then continually is following up, feed them the information, continue that. And then the very important part is like what you're saying, it's not just about things you put on your skin, it's an overall approach there. And so in my group, I do have a different practitioners and different things that in the future, I mean, coming soon, I will have more people like interview and different things. So kind of bring people awareness about other areas. So we can start my Facebook group called Journey to Beautiful Skin for Life with Frieda. So we can grow old and beautiful together.
Now you talk about some other topics. Tell us a little bit about this. Talk about sunscreen safety, clean cosmetics, and then healthy eating for healthy skin. Can you share some insights in those areas?
Yes. So microbiome-friendly skincare is a clean formula. Okay. And in addition to that, there's other things there which I can talk later. But getting back to sunscreen, we use sunscreen so much, and yet I use a sunscreen because it's so important for us to use, and yet US is so lacking in the regulation. FDA bans 11 ingredients that said they are harmful, you don't use. But European has a standard that bans over 1,300 ingredients that they are proven, the research, scientific research, proven or suspect they can cause skin sensitivity, they can cause hormone disruption, they can cause cancer. And yet we only ban 11. Okay, and sunscreen, I use that because that's so important. Also, a lot of times people realize, because there are some publication, like 2 or 3 years ago, when the Hawaii banned certain sunscreen, right? That if you want to travel to there's certain sunscreen they don't want you to bring it, and that is because sunscreen is considered a drug, and they do have like active ingredient and inactive ingredient. And active ingredient basically are mineral sunscreen or chemical sunscreen. And it's actually I usually have workshops I can talk about it, but really mineral sunscreen is what you want to look for. That's a zinc oxide or titanic dioxide, because you put on your skin, it sits on your skin, it reflects the light, it does not absorb into your body, does not cause sensitivity. If you pick up a sunscreen for baby, 99.9% of the time, the active ingredient is zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. They don't cause sensitivity. The other would. They also don't cause coral bleaching. And that's why some of the tourist places don't want them to bring it over there, right? But the chemical sunscreen, how it works is you put on your skin and it absorbs into your skin. And then when the sun hits, it releases the heat. And that's how it protects you. But the fact is they quickly absorb into your skin. And some of the chemical sunscreen can even detect in urine. And actually, a couple of them, FDA was going to kind of prohibit the use of that, but that ruling was delayed. So it's easy if you understand to choose what to do, and yet because FDA did not ban it, if you look on the dermatology board, they still is allowed. So that's why I like to use that. I really feel it's so important to educate people on that. And people, a lot of times it's amazing that women usually will put more emphasis on their kids. So, and they do know their kids is out there, they want to put on sunscreen. And if something is not good for the kids, they usually pay more attention. And then maybe in return, they will also pay attention to themselves. So that's the sunscreen.
Do you have a sunscreen product that you recommend or that is available through your line?
We are still in the process to come out, because we have formula change. But there's one sunscreen I really love, and I always recommend people to use it. So if people get on my program and using something, my recommendation is always to get the sunscreen to protect your skin. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'd like to tell you to tell us about these work spa days and the ladies spa nights that you organize. It sounds like a lot of fun. How do these events contribute to health, wellness, and community?
So so basically, as I said, education is so important. Okay. But when you are able to kind of mix but a lot of time you don't know what you don't know. Okay. But when we talk about healthy and beautiful skin, then women say, oh yes, I would love to attend. So when they are calm, we make it fun, but then I get to bring their awareness about what is clean formula, what is the microbiome friendly, and what is the whole thing. You really kind of just able to bring their awareness about how to take care of themselves the microbiome friendly way. So that's just a fun way for me to be able to reach some people. And sometimes I had some I have nutritionists, I have health coach actually have me to come to talk to their group people and presented it. I did several very successful fundraising event that women get together, and you have friends that you have not seen for a long time. They all can join on Zoom, wear something comfortable and have a glass of wine. And then we talk about that. And then at the end, kind of using some of the skin treatments that I explain why the step is important and what it does and the benefits or whatever, and feel really being pampered. So that's sort of like another approach that that just combines so much fun, education, and benefits.
That sounds like it'd be fun. Now, you represent, I think it's called True Aura, a leading microbiome friendly probiotic and it's tied to anti-aging skincare. Is that correct? And can you share a little bit more about the product and why you chose to represent it?
Yeah. So I was talking about harmful ingredient, right? And it's not just in the skincare, it's also in food, right? And so that's the natural movement is going on, that people wanted to get natural food and that organic food there. And it also moved to skincare, which is good in a way because it avoids some of the harmful ingredients, like parabens, sulfate, those things there, that human beings are so smart that we invented these things to add to our product to make it more whatever, but they really are not good. So natural ingredient has the benefit of that. But just because natural does not mean that you don't have to look contaminated, because there are a lot of natural ingredients that you can have that. For example, the talc, from the baby Johnson's baby powder. So I'll get to that. So that's natural. The first one is you have to look for contamination or lack contamination. You still need to look for that. You still also some of the natural ingredient can cause sensitivity, like citrus essential oil. A lot of people are sensitive to that. So one step further is the movement to the clean. Okay, as I said, there are 1,300 some ingredient that European cosmetic standard avoid for a long time, and they can cause sensitivity, which a lot of people can tell, rashes and different things. But the hormone disruption and cancer, a lot of you cannot feel it. But just because you don't feel it does not mean it's not there. Like the Johnson's baby powder, that they use the ingredient called talc, and that talc, when you mine it from the earth, they are mixed with asbestos because their structure is very similar. Okay, but FDA did not say you should not use it. European standards say you don't, because it's just not possible to find talc that is not contaminated with asbestos. okay, because as I said, their structure is very similar, and they continue using it, and women using it, and then years later they have ovarian cancer and sue the company. So just because you don't feel it does not mean it's not there, and that's why I just think so important to really educate and help people to understand, because we should have a right to put the things on our body that is going to help, right? So so we're getting back that. So that's a clean, okay? But now we are so aware of the importance of a microbiome, right? And we do want to certain step we do need to do. We need to wash our face and with the makeups, and even though makeup, we sweat and different things. So we do need to kind of, because our skin is our like our largest filter there. It's very important you keep it clean and keep it moisture. But a lot of a cleanser actually have harmful ingredient that they can disrupt the skin barrier. They can strip the moisture. Some of them can contaminate with something that is proven can cause cancer there. So the microbiome friendly is also one step further to not only avoid a harmful ingredient, but also putting the things in there in a formula that can promote the health and the diversity of the microbe on our skin. Now you read a lot of article talk about skin barrier, which is this, and we know it's so important, right? If we have a cut, we will be worried about going to the water or whatever. But do you know, on top of that are trillions of bacteria, and they really is the basic of the immune system, because they sense the outside, they send the information to inside, communicate with that, come out the immune response there. So it's important to do the skincare, but you want to avoid things that is going to interrupt with the health of that. One big factor is the pH value. The skin actually love to be in a little bit acidic. That's why sometimes people say, oh, when I do exercise, seems my skin is better because it's sweat, it's acidic. But soap, a lot of cleanser, they are in the alkaline side, because that's how they can dissolve the makeups and different things. But microbiome friendly skincare a lot of time are pH balanced, so that the bacteria thrive on that, because when the pH altered, then the skin barrier can become inflamed, and also the pathogen would occur and causing some skin issues there. So so that's a microbiome friendly. And then but also there's so many research, there continue to be so amazing things showing that the probiotic benefit to the health of the microbiome. And we know that for the gut is the case. A lot of times people, gut is not doing well. In addition to trying to change the diet, which takes some time, they also take some probiotic, because that probiotic is the man-made bacteria that is supposed to be the good one. And when you put in the gut, it raises the ratios there and calm down the inflammation. And research has shown the probiotic, basically it's a fermented probiotic, the postbiotic, that when you put in your skin, it also does so many benefits to promote the health of this microbiome. And when they are healthy, your skin is healthy. I mean, just like when our whole body is healthy, we behave, we act more healthy. So, and then the third thing is it's also important, because skincare, we not just wanted to take care of skin, we also wanted to address some of the aging concerns, right? Like skin barrier is hold the lipid barrier is how we can hold the moisture, but when they are not healthy, they lose its ability, and then skin is not so hydrated. So when the skin is hydrated, then when the microbiome is hydrated, they have more ability to hold the moisture. But there are also nutrients that a lot of them actually our skin produce, like hyaluronic acid, which is a class humectant. Okay, so their job is they actually can pull the moisture even up to 100 times of its weight to the top of your skin. Our body produces hyaluronic acid, but as we age, it started to diminish. So so those humectants is a very important anti-aging ingredient you add in there. Antioxidant is so important. We know we need to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables because it's rich in antioxidant, vitamin A, C, E, because they can neutralize the free radical oxidative damages that we occur as we expose to the environment, the air. So that is proven for the eating wise, but now it's also proven you need to have antioxidant because there are a lot of free radical rampant in your skin, and also you're exposed to so many free radicals there. So antioxidant is also important in there. And then there are peptides, there are brightening compounds. So those are the ingredient that, of course, still is clean, that incorporate into the skincare, can address the aging concern. And I have to say, there are not all microbiome-friendly skincare line has really addressed that issue. So that's why Truora is very unique. Yeah.
Well, you've given us a lot of tips. What advice do you have for someone who's just starting their journey towards healthier skin and overall well-being?
Well, the first thing is it's a journey. You said it. So, sometimes people, when people after they attend my workshop and get a little bit information about harmful ingredient, different thing, I always say it does not mean that you just go home, throw out anything. It's really a journey. You started reading some material and getting to know a little bit of these things and continue acquiring those information. But also, like right now, one of the big trend is a skin minimalism. Okay, that's one of the thing because emphasize quality over quantity. Okay, probably started with a good cleanser, like what I'm saying. You don't disrupt the skin barrier, disrupt the microbiome, and yes, you can do the job, does not strip the moisture, and then followed by a moisturizer that is clean and safe there. Started with that. And the other thing is, if you are able to find some companies and look on their principles and different things, and making sure what they say is what they do is what they say, then maybe you can go with that company, and that give you a peace of mind, and also not wasting your time doing different things. So yeah. And then the other big thing about it is called ingredient transparency. If you go to a website, a product website, and you can only see the main ingredient, and you cannot see the detailed ingredient, that usually is a red flag because you don't know what's in there. And then there are some website that you can use as a reference to kind of give you some quick reference point to see whether the product is safe or not. So yeah, so that's also what I'm trying to kind of educate people on it. So it does that make sense?
Yeah. How can people best contact you? And, what would you offer them? What would you offer them to join your group, or tell us a little bit about that?
So yes, people can I'm very available. People can call me, people can text me, people can email me, or they can connect me on the LinkedIn. And if they like, we can schedule 15 minutes so for me to find out a little bit about what they are looking for and where their knowledge is, and then go from there. But I also have a complimentary workshop that people can attend to really get a whole sense of what is a microbiome-friendly skincare, and also make it fun, because I also send out samples that that they can also try on their skin and hear about skin regimens and different things. So those are the things. I have my YouTube, has some website, but
So
yeah.
give us your website address.
Okay. My website is FRIEDALIN Truauro, TRUAURA, TruauroBeauty.com. So this is a company's website. My website is actually about to finish. So yeah. And then I have a Facebook group, but it's a private group. I usually people attended my workshop, and then they wanted to continue to receive information, and those are the people in my group.
And so can they contact you with your LinkedIn profile, or how would if they wanted to join you?
I absolutely love that. They can contact me through LinkedIn profile, because they also get to see what other things about me, and also about, they can see a lot of content I posted. Like I have a sunscreen series, like 4 or 5 there. I have about winter skincare. I just have a lot of information that I'm trying to provide value. I have one about hyperpigmentation. I tend to be too technical, so I'm trying to work on make it a little bit simpler. Yeah.
So they can contact you by just putting in Frieda Lin, Lin, right?
Yeah, Frieda Y Lin.
Frieda and Y.
Frieda and then Y middle name, and then Lin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. My goodness. Okay.
Okay. So
yes.
They can contact you through LinkedIn, and you can tell them a little bit more.
Yes. Okay. And I actually, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Frieda. It's been so educational and interesting. And as we all grow older, we've got to pay attention early on, as early as you can, to what you're putting on your skin and what you're putting in your body to get to your skin.
You are so right. Actually, preventive skincare is also a top trend that don't have to wait until late, but it's never too late. It's never too early, and it's never too late.
And it's never too late. Well, thank you so much for your time, and people can contact you and be looking so much better.
Thank you, Nam.
Thank you.
Really appreciate and very glad to be here. Thank you.